flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing, please. As a legislative authority in Asheville, we impact the lives of families, businesses, and schools. With such a weighty responsibility, we believe it is wholly appropriate to petition for help from a higher authority in the discussion, reflection, and dispensing of our duties as council members. Moment of silence. Maybe seated. Roll call. Chad?
Present.
Roger?
Present.
Randy?
Present.
Dave? Here. Matt?
Present.
And Colton Wilkins, so he's excused. Do I have a motion for approval of March 4th minutes? Second. All in favor? Aye. Right now, real quick, we have a proclamation to read through the Tree Advisory Board. Tree Advisory Board initiative to enhance the quality of life and the present and future health, safety, and welfare of all citizens, to enhance property values and to ensure proper planting and care of trees on public property. Whereas Village Council herein delegates the authority and responsibility for managing public trees, and whereas promote efficient and cost-effective management of village trees by assuring the decisions regarding the care and maintenance of the public trees are consistent within the village and in accordance with the overall tree management plan, and whereas establishes practices governing the planting and care of trees on public property, and whereas the provision of emergency removal of trees on private property under certain conditions, and whereas establishing and maintaining on an annual basis an inventory of city street trees, and whereas make recommendations regarding the species and variety of trees to be planted within the village, foster community support through education outreach, and encourage good citizen tree management practices through knowledge sharing. Now therefore, I, Steve Welsh, Mayor of the Village of Asheville, do hereby proclaim the Tree Advisory Board in Asheville to support the efforts of protecting our trees and woodlands, and I urge all its citizens to plant trees to promote the well-being for this and future generations. Signed, Steve Welsh, March 18, 2024.
Yep, so I'd like to make a motion that we go to executive session to discuss some new building development and soliciting options.
I have a couple of zoning, a couple of legal from P3 on the possibility of them hiring some legal for a couple issues, so real quick.
Council.
Vote?
Yes.
No action taken, is that right?
All right. Joking.
Staff reports.
Real quick, thank you, sir. Monthly activity report for the month of February. We did 142 incident reports, 9 criminal arrests, 2 warrant arrests, 53 traffic citations, 0 parking tickets, 64 warning citations. We had 5 crash reports, 0 code violations. Officers patrolled 7,812 miles. Our reserve units gave us 55.5 hours of free service. And out of those 142, 24 of those calls were outside of the village of Asheville, helping other agencies. We're full right now. I'm still waiting on Officer Thomas to turn in his 2 weeks notice. He had some, I think he has tomorrow is his final step in OVETS. So he'll let me know. I'll be maybe tomorrow or so.
How do we stand compared to the rest of the county in salaries?
We're down to about the 3rd or 4th now again. County just got another pay scale raise, and then I think Circleville, and it's us at Commercial Point are kind of close.
Also, Commercial Point.
And they start out a little more than us, but we top out more than them.
If you can get your hands on those figures, I'd like to see it.
We are working on kind of do some adjustments with the pay ordinance, because the last enactment we did in 22 kind of put certain people ahead of non-licensed people, ahead of licensed people, so that makes, and we're working on the ordinance, we'll bring it out to council once it's done.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Samantha's report, have a motion to, Samantha's report.
So moved.
Vote.
Yes.
Tax administrator, have a motion for
So
tax
moved.
administrator.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Jim Bob, do you have anything?
No, I got nothing to sign unless you need something.
Anything? April?
I do. I just need approval to make a payment to Isaac Wiles, Burkholder and Teeter, the village solicitor, for legal fees in the amount of $4,538. It's an invoice that came in from 2023.
So moved. Second.
Second. Vote.
Yes.
Hello, and I have a written report in front of you, and I'll just get through the slides pretty quickly. Again, there's 3 grant proposals with the state capital. Now, the Senate's about ready to open their capital program, so they can be submitted there. And then tomorrow, there's actually a meeting with CDC of Ohio and the county commissioners on the CDBG grants, which 2 were submitted. And again, everyone's kind of preparing for the eclipse. I guess, I don't know if the chief has heard any more about what's going on in
They
Pickering
haven't
County.
put anything else out.
Okay, just transportation may be somewhat chaotic at that during that time frame. Even though Pickering County is not really up over the heart of the eclipse itself, it's on the edge. And that's concludes my report.
Any council committee reports?
We had a finance committee meeting tonight and did a mini audit of the quarter, is that third quarter,
Fourth quarter
fourth quarter.
of 23.
23, so we're in good shape. Everything appeared to be in order.
Anything, Matt?
Utility. The standard qualifications for the wastewater, that we submitted that to the Herald. We'd like to add it to the dispatch, just to get it out there, and maybe extend it for 2 weeks. Do we need a motion on that?
I would, just so council's aware.
Make a motion that we extend that, we'll put it in the dispatch, extend it for another 2 weeks, just to get more feedback from people for the wastewater treatment.
Second.
Vote.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
So that'll extend it, the opening will be in 2 more Fridays, or is it on Friday?
The 12th,
12.
they'll walk through, I think they was going to schedule for the 4th. Walk through the plant, and then there was,
Yeah. When we talked to Chris today, Chris kind of said that, he had a couple, 3 people, but he said if we put it in Columbus, he said he made a lot more people to respond to us, so. Yes,
are we putting that in, or is he going to put it in, do you remember?
can we put it in, or I mean?
We've done it before.
Yeah, we can do
I
that.
mean, we can add it.
Just make sure we get it in, so. Okay. Any other committee reports?
The park committee, if you haven't noticed, the service department put up a couple backstops on the small diamond and poured cement pads for all 4 of them. And we have benches coming in for the large diamond, and then we're gonna move a couple out of the grove over for the small diamond. And I'm gonna try to put together, so we can have a short meeting in April sometime here to discuss a couple of small topics.
Who painted the gazebo?
I did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, it was looking pretty bad. I guess she's made arrangements to take the pictures at Ashville Nutrition this year, and then go back there next year. But I have a thing I need to get you a receipt for paint. So, yeah, we got it covered up. Also, the names I think are on the side of people that did it.
It's nice something to autograph at work.
Okay, legislation. I need a motion for resolution 2024-01 for D.R. Horton.
So moved.
Second. Okay, some quick discussion. If Chris had talked today about, said he had not got any type of invoices or anything,
So we're talking
We have-
oversizing invoices?
yeah, and oversizing invoices, well, we talked, and I guess Brian sent something that said that the invoices weren't connected to the resolution, so I'll read it, it's up to council whether they want to, wait or go ahead and pass it. But Chris was just a little concerned that he hadn't got any invoices or anything, so.
Well, they're not paid until they receive it, right?
If he's concerned about it, then if he's okay with it before we consider it.
It's his concern to get the resolution passed or not passed, or hold on it, or?
Well, I had made a comment to hold it till we found out what was going on, but Brian said it probably would be in our best interest to hold it up, we would pass it, but
Yeah.
we just have to stay on about getting the invoices and stuff, so, but it's,
I mean, if we pass it,
Of course, we don't pay them if they don't present it.
yeah, because
Yeah,
it's all gonna be based
the
on,
passing is our attention, yeah, and
Yeah.
we won't pay it until we see the whites of their eyes, so to speak. You know, it's just,
that's gonna be council's decision, so we'll go ahead and read it, and we can decide, we can decide.
Okay.
Okay, resolution 2024-01, a resolution authorizing the village administrator and fiscal officer to execute a development agreement with D.R. Horton to declare an emergency. And that is the,
which reading is this?
I think it's a third reading.
Third reading.
It's a third
So we
reading.
pass
so,
it.
yeah.
I'll make a motion at third reading.
Second.
Vote?
Yes.
Pass. And then for third reading, we have ordinance 2024-04. A motion to go for third reading.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
yes.
Ordinance 2024-04, ordinance to make the permanent appropriations for the current year's expenses and other expenditures of the village of Ashville, state of Ohio, based on the amended certificate of resources issued by the Pickaway County Budget Commission for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
Motion approved.
Second.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Then an ordinance and resolution for first reading, resolution 03-2024, and it's for CDG grant.
Motion to read.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Resolution 03-2024, resolution authorizing the village administrator and fiscal officer to submit proposals, applications for the Ohio Department of Development Small Cities Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, for 2024.
Does this need to be passed as?
It would be desirable if you could waive the third reading.
I'll make a motion to amend the rules of council and waive the third reading and pass as emergency.
Second.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And I've just got a couple things, with the damage that's been going on out there. I'd like to see council would authorize me to buy a trail camera to put up at the top that could cover in case it's movement only, the people that are going
Putting
in.
it in the gazebo?
Yeah, just put it up at the top still.
Could we, I mean, is there any way to get a
I don't know, could we put a,
permanent camera in there?
Would have-
Like we do it,
have to
like
be-
in the open shoulder?
It would be desirable to do a wireless camera, but a permanent camera could be done.
But can we do a wireless and tie in our,
That I'd have to explore, I don't
I
know.
mean, it's a distance, I understand.
Yeah, or,
that I
We
don't
have
know.
a trail camera if you
do
want.
you? Okay.
For the department.
Maybe put it up, just up in a peak pointing towards the stairs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They still can figure something out
Yeah,
long term.
Yeah, I think we need to do something, it's not that expensive.
yeah.
And then the only other thing I got is we had, the discussion on the land use at P3, and we discussed the agreement for 5,000 for our share, and council was okay as long as we get the ordinance so we can pass it, so if you want to get an ordinance drafted up for the 5,000 for land use agreement for the JID, and we can take it from there. Council comments, Chad?
No, nothing.
What's the problem with the cameras and Spectrum in the park? Are those working yet?
There was an issue with the cameras and they're not working, but hopefully later this week they will be.
Okay. Is that Spectrum's problem?
It was an internal communication problem with Spectrum, and they're gonna credit us for the time frame they were down.
How big an area is that gonna entail as far, where is the camera and?
The cameras cover pretty much everything to the west of the baseball fields. You can see,
Okay.
there's inside the open shutter house, there's different areas in the paved area, toward the playground, toward the restrooms, not in the restrooms, but toward the restrooms. And again, the playground, there's 5 cameras.
Okay. And those are visible, where do they tie into the office here somewhere?
They tie into, we can access them through the cloud. So with the right email address and password, you can access them.
So the police could see them in the car?
Yes,
I
They
don't know
have
if we can
been.
see them in our cars yet, but we can see them on our computers.
Is your
I
computer-
can pull them up on my camera,
Mine ain't, no.
on my phone.
Our desk computers. I think the phone app was not working real well or something, wasn't it?
I've
we had
never used the
trouble.
phone app, I've always used just the
Hard drive.
browser.
Wouldn't it, I don't know what it would take to get them to be viewable in the vehicle.
I don't know, we can look into that.
Wouldn't that be, like, don't they have a certain amount of time they're just kind of sitting, that they can have it up in
Quite
case?
a bit of time, they said.
Yeah, they could just, I don't know what it would cost, but it sounds like a good idea.
We can look into it now that they're working.
Okay, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. That's all I have.
I know I'm beating a dead horse, but the Harburger property in Asheville yet?
No, and we're, I'm sending out a letter for them to serve tomorrow. I've made multiple requests for them to get the final paperwork into us so that we can complete the annexation. I've gotten no response from the solicitor or Matt.
In 5 years.
So I'm giving them a very short deadline to get the paperwork into us, so we're gonna terminate service until the annexation is complete.
Just keep on, thank you.
Couple things. The camera issue, solar panel, would that help, maybe?
There may be solar cameras out
Yeah,
there.
just an option, right?
Yeah, that may not be bad, other than the trees in that area might be a problem.
Yeah, but just an idea. And then, did Adam have anything on his vehicles? Did he have any update on the maintenance or?
We got 2 of them running this week.
Did I see the blue van going
Yeah.
around?
We got it,
I
we
thought
got it
I saw
running.
it. I was
Actually,
like,
Greg got it running, and Greg also got the Ford pickup running.
Yeah, I saw that.
Uh,
seen the pickup.
Right
I
now,
saw the
they're
van the other day.
Yeah.
Good deal,
both running as they should, I mean.
good deal.
But to piggyback off that, I mean, is it in our interest to find another vehicle? If we're gonna keep dumping money into this?
Well, I just think I think it's sensible to keep some kind of schedule.
Yeah,
So you don't get into this.
yeah, and I mean,
That's been discussed.
I don't wanna spend any more money than we have to, but if we're gonna keep dumping thousands and thousands of dollars into it every year, I mean, is it worth every so many years to be on this, like Chad said, like a schedule?
It's just a replacement schedule.
Like what Jeff does with the police.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
I
like,
mean,
like.
Kind of
police
rotate them
cars.
out, put something else in.
Just an idea.
It only costs about $40 to get them both running, so.
Oh, that's all right.
I thought that we do not, no, it was Jim Bob, because it's kind of easy.
I don't know the condition of the vehicle,
Yeah,
but they
sometimes you're
seem,
missing.
Yeah,
I know what vehicle he's in, if I
They
need
were-
to find.
I would like to put a utility bed on the Ford, the
Yeah.
pickup truck, so the guys have something to haul tools in,
sure,
and make it to where it's locked and stays in their garage at night, don't go home with them, that
yeah,
way
yeah,
whoever comes into work has tools to get in and go.
yes,
I'd like to have each department have a truck like that eventually, but
Yeah,
that's just
that would be a
a
goal,
goal.
that'd be a huge goal.
Um,
And I think that's what we need to look at, those replacements and start thinking
Yeah.
about these things.
Just an idea.
I mean, that van is old, it's
Yeah,
30 years old just about, so, I mean, how much life it has left in it, I don't know, but it's still running, so.
yeah,
And it never, they drove it all day the other day, and it never
That's why I
missed a
saw
beat.
it going across the railroad tracks, and I was like,
I mean,
The truck's a diesel, so
yeah, it
it
should
should.
last a while.
It's that bad 6.4 Ford diesel, but they say it's running okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
The radiator was cracked up, they fixed it, and it's running, so.
yeah,
I think if they got both of them, then we need to adjust that new vehicle to at least a water, so water's got,
Jim Bob's been driving his own truck for a while now, and
so.
yeah,
Once
even that,
they're
I mean-
okay and say they're running, but, daily checks and checks
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, I'm sure long-term goal for every department would have some sort of rotation for vehicles.
well, I think it needs
That,
to be.
that's a goal, but we need to start somewhere, I think.
yeah, and it's hard when you have that old vehicles, I
Yeah.
mean, but
Yeah,
you do your best you can, and keep them together and
It's
going.
gonna be cheaper than it is today, so.
Yeah.
Might as well start working on it.
but that's all I have. Get out and vote,
What's next month?
get out and vote, yep.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Adjourn.
Second.
Vote?
Yes.